Hi, I'm Johnny from Expert Boxing. Right now I'm going to share my 10 best tips for boxing footwork. Number 1, wear boxing shoes. Okay, they look like this. Wrestling shoes are okay too. They're made for boxing because they're thin. They allow your feet to grip the ground better and also pivot. Okay, when you wear tennis shoes or street shoes, they either have too much grip, they don't let you pivot, or they have too little grip and you end up sliding all over the place. Also, a lot of street shoes are they're too curved on the inside, so they don't allow your feet to really press along the ground, to flatten and then grip the ground. So get boxing shoes, they're thinner. I mean, immediately it's going to improve your footwork. Next tip, the jump rope. Make sure you jump rope. I mean, you really got to do it. Okay, jump rope every day. It's going to suck if you're a beginner. It's going to suck. It's going to be uncomfortable. You get tired so quick. Get to the point where you can do 10-15 minutes every day, warm up. So that means it should be easy. Once you get to that point, your boxing footwork, your fighting footwork is going to be so much better, just because you're conditioning the muscle and you're getting used to staying upright, because you're jumping straight up, so it keeps you balanced. And it gets you used to making a lot of small bounces. Okay, this has to be second nature for you. You can't get tired doing that. Number 3, straighter spine. When you stand, try to keep your spine straight. Okay, the moment you tilt it, you're off balance. If I tilt my spine anyway, off balance. Okay, and if my spine is crooked, it's very hard to move, to move very well. So try to keep the spine straight, and then it allows you to move easily because you're more balanced. Now once you're inside, you're in fighting range, fine, you can tilt the spine, whatever, throw a tag, roll under, all that. But once you want to move, straighten the spine and move. Okay, straighter spine. Number 4. Relax your upper body. So this is an important one actually. Look at the way I walk. When I walk, right, I have to move my upper body so that I can walk. Alright, I'll try it over here. Okay, so I'm moving. I have to move the upper body to walk. If I keep my arm still and I walk, it becomes very robotic. It's very stiff because the upper body is not allowing the lower body to move. Same thing with boxing. If I try to hold a forearm like this, okay, then the movement becomes like that. Let your body breathe a little bit. So let the upper body move. Okay, that'll improve your footwork. Number 5. Always step on and off your metatarsals. That means the ball of your foot. Okay, this front part of your foot. Step on and off. So when I step onto the ground, I step onto the ball of my foot. I'm not stepping on the heels. Okay, I'm stepping onto the ball. The ball. If I step onto the ball, it will give me a faster response time. If I step on the heel, I have to wait, because the heels have no muscle. The heel can't push me in any direction. I have to get to the ball to push me. So step on the ball first. Also, when you leave the ground, when your foot leaves the ground, step off the ball. So you see how I'm stepping off the ball, stepping off the ball. You don't want to do this. This means you're falling. Okay, so don't fall off your heel. Push off the ball of your foot. That will make you faster, more powerful, more controlled movement. Number 6, most guys will need a narrower stance. Okay, so if you stand out here, you're wearing out your legs. You're gonna make them tired. And this doesn't mean that you're more balanced. It just means that you're so wide that you can't fall. But it doesn't mean that you're more balanced. And when you do this, your steps are so small. You have to jump everywhere, and then you jump, you use more leg muscle. Bring the legs in a little bit. Now you can take nice big steps. Okay, wide stance like this, it doesn't pivot very well. Okay, keep a narrower stance. That way you can tilt. All right. So narrow your stance a little bit for most guys. Next, smaller steps. That's number 7. Smaller steps. Okay, it's not about how big of a step you can take. It's not, don't use your athleticism. You want to be quick, you got to be small. So small steps. Okay, and play with the reach. Play with the reach. Stay just outside your opponent's reach. Come in, fire some shots, come out. Okay, doing this and you're never going to be fast enough. If you're jumping, you're taking giant steps all day, and your opponent's taking small steps, he's going to be faster. And he's going to do it with less energy, less effort, and he's going to be so much faster on the ground. Small steps, okay, small steps. That's it. That's all you need. Number 8, walking. A lot of coaches don't teach this to beginners because, you know, beginners walk around, they get out of position, they can't fire or defend. Okay, if you've been boxing for a while, learn to walk. Okay, all the slickest boxers know how to walk. You gotta know how to move around and then walk away. Okay? Get used to walking. Walking is what makes you slick. When you chase a guy down, you don't need to run after him. You don't need to bounce. Just walk him down. Fire shots when you need. When you're being attacked, you just when you're being attacked, walk back. Walk back calmly. Calmly. All right? You don't need to run, you don't need to bounce. Why waste leg energy? Keep your feet on the ground, and then if you need, plant, fire a counter. Number 9, foot direction. The direction that your feet are pointing is going to be the direction that is easier for them to go. So I'll show you what I explained. Watch my feet. When my feet are pointing forward, right? A guy that has his feet pointing forward, it's going to be easy for him to go forward. It's hard for him to go back. Okay? If I want to go back, I got to turn my feet. Then I can go. So play with the direction. When you want to go in and out, just, okay? Just like that. Play with the direction. Okay, so here, play with the direction of where your feet are pointing. Number 10, last boxing tip for today, last boxing footwork tip. Lower your hands. Okay, this is an advanced tip. When a lot of the pro guys, you'll see they drop their hands because it gives them like a counterweight. It counterbalances them so they can move their head all sorts of wacky angles and they're still balanced because they're grounding themselves. Okay, if you have your hands up here, it's very hard to be slick. You want to lower the weight. That way you feel like you're anchoring yourself to the ground, and then you can move and make all sorts of shifty, sudden changes. Okay, so I wouldn't fight with my hands here, but you know, instead of like way up by your eyebrows, you know, you can drop them every now and then to be slick. Okay, so lowering your hands will lower the weight down a little bit, and it will allow you to move because your weight's not all the way up here. It goes down to your feet, so then when your feet move, your body moves with it, nice and smooth. So, those are my 10 boxing footwork tips for today. Give them a try, and I hope you like them. Thanks for watching.